was, folks. There it was.
Ugh. Hey. Guess what?
What?
I'm missing over a foot of hair.
Oh yeah, that's right. And there's a delay that we always like to play with the screen.
Oh, whoa, that's a big delay. I'm like,
Yeah, it's major delay.
major delay.
It's a lot of delay.
That sounds like a band.
Major delay.
Yeah, dude, I would
It could
totally
be.
rock out to a band called Major Delay.
It's a pretty sick name, actually.
Dude, that's some nice rock right there.
You know what else is sick?
What?
Well, a good population. A good population of the world. No, that's I don't know. Anyway, welcome back to the Jangles Day podcast.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. It's been so long since I walked in the room.
It's been a while. Since I could pull my head. That's another song.
Yeah, we're thinking of two different songs.
Yes, we
here.
are. Very different songs.
But yeah, we don't really have a topic for this one.
Shh, not supposed to know that yet.
We do have a topic for this one.
Yeah.
We totally do. But we got here with the intent of recording.
Friendship. I mean, recording.
Well, yes, that too. The least important of the two things. We got here with the intent of recording, and we started playing Super Hot.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, well, we played Game Beast for a
but it
while,
wasn't
and then
really-
we played Super Hot, and then we figured out all these
There's
little secrets,
Oof.
little computer terminals.
Have you ever felt like in your life you had that there was like a moment in your life that was, bless you, that was like finding a game secret, but it was in real life?
Yeah, I kind of figured that out this morning, actually. There was like it wasn't really a secret, but it could be a hack.
Oh.
A real life
Okay.
hack, but not a life hack.
Oh, okay.
I was it doesn't really make any sense. So
I'm here for this.
my mom got all these Jersey Mike's gift cards. Buy one get one free. Which is great because Jersey Mike's is the best of the sub shops.
Sure.
I must say they cannot be beaten as far as sub shops go.
I like
Well,
Firehouse personally, but Jersey Mike's is pretty
Firehouse is good. Firehouse is good if you just want like a regular, like a regular sandwich. And Jersey Mike's is good for that too.
Mhm.
But I haven't had Firehouse enough to compare. I've only
Fair,
had it like
fair,
once or
fair.
twice. So we had I have all these Jersey Mike's gift cards, and this morning in the shower, well, she gave me like two of them. This morning in the shower, I was like, if I went to so stupid. If I went to Jersey Mike's and I bought two sandwiches, could I give them the two buy one get one free cards and get two free sandwiches instead of buying them? And I was like, wait, no, that's not how it works. Because you'd have to buy them you'd have to buy them first for the free part to kick in.
You would at that point be buying 4 sandwiches.
But I was just like, I mean, technically it's the two free sandwiches and I don't want to pay for one. I could just give them and take out the two free parts. And the next time I would just buy 2 sandwiches with the rest of the card. So, and then I quickly realized, wait, I'd have to buy a sandwich to get a free one. I couldn't just do that.
You
And then
almost had it.
I went back to washing my hair. So that was kind of...
It's a good shower thought. I like that.
It was like a... Oh wait, no, I can't do that. Anyway, so I almost had it. I almost had one this morning.
You were almost there.
Yeah, but I want to know what the reaction would be of the Jersey Mike's worker that would just look at me and go,
I as somebody that has long worked in a service industry and fast food and serving like actual server, there would just be a pause as I was trying to calculate and computate that was actually a request being given to me.
and flush out the insults that you would dish out to...
No insults. I'm a very good. Yeah, they'd be flushed out of the back of my mind. No bad things or customers, and just unfortunately, I would just look at you and I'm sorry, sir, but you have to actually buy a sandwich first. Turns out, I don't know if you knew this, but buying is actually a transaction where you give a person money or a credit card that will give them money, and then they give you, in this case, a sandwich. So if you don't give them a money, you don't get a sandwich. A gift card is not actually money.
Well, I just had a way around that, you know.
You know, now if you had a gift card is technically money. If you had a coupon and a gift card, you could probably use the gift card for the sandwich and then the coupon for the free sandwich. That's
So you technically wouldn't
But the question is, how do you get a gift card for free?
by somebody else giving it to you.
There you go.
There you go. You can not pay for things and not steal them at the same time. So I almost had it in my head this morning, but I was like, I don't need to go to Jersey Mike's anytime soon because I'd probably try it and probably get asked to leave very quick. But that was almost
That was almost a little hack there.
It almost was.
You almost got the glitch, but
I did.
quite.
I did, and it was like that last jump I made in the game where we knew I wasn't going to make it, but I tried it anyway, and I got close.
We'll say you got close.
I got halfway.
You got halfway there.
Yeah, I got halfway to
Just
close.
like that, buy one get one. You were halfway there.
I was.
You had the free.
There's
You
a
just
workaround.
needed to get-
There's a workaround somewhere. Okay. Have you had a moment like that?
I mean, no, but yes. Like, it's hard to think of those moments in life where you realize that, like, this isn't quite how this is supposed to go, but it kind of works. Like, for me, I think about when you, like, in school, when you're taking tests, there's actual books dedicated to this, like with the SAT. The trick, yes, you should study and learn and be a good student. I am in a class right now and I'm being a good, honest student. But when taking tests, the real trick is to just look at the answers, weed out the extravagant ones, and then look at the two better ones and determine from there. Now, it's not a universal rule, but there's always in multiple choice quizzes, like the ABCDs, like the Scantrons, there's always weird answers. And look at the ones that don't match, and those are almost always wrong.
Well, see, I was taking on my SAT. There was a question where there were no numbers in the question. There were no numbers, just letters,
K.
variables, if you will.
K was one of the letters, I'm guessing.
It was actually F.
Oh.
But my thoughts exactly.
Respect.
Yeah. But there was F's in the question.
Mm-hmm.
And I kid you not you, I kid. There were just a bunch of 5s with the F's in all the answers. And I guessed because I was like, where'd they come from?
Where'd they come from?
Where did these numbers? This doesn't make any sense. So yeah.
We'll never know if you got that answer right.
I don't think I did. But
25% chance. We can always hope.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, that's just
That's just SATs.
I don't miss standardized
No.
testing.
Does anybody ever?
Nope.
No, test takers, test makers, test breakers.
Even people who did good, I don't think they're just like, you know, I'd love to do that again.
And nobody thinks that they're worth anything anymore either. Like people know that
nobody cares.
Like colleges care because colleges are archaic as all get out.
Well,
like
kind of.
But there are definitely some things they need it for, but like the SAT, the way it works, it doesn't even test your knowledge and intelligence that well. It's so random and it's
supposed to make you
place.
feel stupid.
It is.
It is. And I will say about the colleges thing, some colleges do like a good score.
Mm-hmm.
Some colleges do not care.
Yeah, which is nice.
Because I can tell you I did better in college than some people who did way better than me on the SAT.
Because the thing about the SAT is that if you treat it like another test for a class, like that's, again, when I took it, beforehand, we bought a little book that was an SAT prep book.
Oh yeah, we had
that was
too.
Teaching you ways to game the SAT, basically. And that's valid. That's like, it's good. But the thing is, if you're no smarter or less smart if you read that book, I didn't learn anything from that.
No, I didn't.
And I didn't, like, a lot of it was honestly stuff I already kind of knew. But, like, the only thing it was teaching you was gaming tests, which a college shouldn't want you to they should be wanting you to learn, not
It's
just
just
know how to.
beat the system.
Right. Which I got very good at.
Don't take the test. You test the test.
Exactly.
Which-
Exactly.
Doesn't apply. College for me was just like a bunch of, well, I mean, I guess it depends on the kind of work you go into. It's a bunch of projects,
Mm-hmm.
which was nice because really it was kind of like every 2 weeks we would have a pretty big project. And then when we got to the end of that project, we would start. So it would be like week 1, we learn about this thing. This second week, it was every other week, we would have a week of this project. And then when we're done with that project, we turn it in, we learn something new the week after that, and the week after that, we have a project on that new thing we learned.
Mm-hmm.
So I can tell you that I don't miss at all the whole, like, read this narrative that makes no sense, really, and then answer some questions about it.
Yeah.
That did nothing for me as a person, as a student, and nothing for my intelligence, for sure.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
We have agreed that school is
Stupid.
overrated
Okay, all right.
and stupid.
No, it's good. Go to school.
Go
to school, everybody.
Get a degree. Don't get a 4-year degree unless you need it.
Yes, that's true.
Don't go into debt.
Yeah, don't do that either.
That's not good. It's not a good time to go to school, Jordan. Did you know that?
Yeah.
There's a thing happening around.
It's not a good time to go into debt either.
No.
So,
It
not
turns
at all.
out it's never a good time to go into debt.
That's true.
But yeah, the schools are kind of having trouble right now.
Oh,
they
yeah.
actually opened state up for a full day, and then said, "Yeah, no, all the frat kids are going crazy. We need to shut this back down."
Just take care of frats, and that'll be an easy fix.
Yeah, you'd think, but
Ugh.
then nobody would go to college.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's the sad
Sad
truth.
reality. Sad reality.
Anyway, enough about this world. Why do you think we play video games, Joseph? So we can escape it.
Oh, escape reality. Yes, absolutely.
Just like Super Hot.
Oh, yes. Where you escaped the boundaries of the game.
Yeah.
Because you can do that.
Have you played any new games lately or
Yes.
seen any new movies?
Actually, well, watching wise, I'm very late to the game. Finally watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. Very nice so far.
Oh, yeah, the
Season
show.
1. The
Yeah.
show, yes. But gaming wise, there's actually a game called Hades by this company called Supergiant. It's really good. It's like Greek mythology, but it's a roguelike. Nobody knows what I'm talking about, but it's cool and you should check it out. And it's got some good songs. It's got some good action. It's good characters.
Yeah.
You can befriend a floating Gorgon head named Dusa. Instead of Medusa, it's Dusa.
Dusa.
And she's like she's like super shy and flies away from you after you talk to her because she's super shy. It's a fun game.
Is it an RPG? Or?
No, but there are characters in it. And there's a story that unfolds. You're like Hades, you're Hades' secret child that he doesn't like. And you're trying to break out of hell.
I don't really know if Hades likes anybody, but
Yeah, it's a contested theory.
that's
Whether or not
a
he likes-
cool concept.
It's a
for
cool
game,
concept, and it's all like I love things based off of mythology because they were the original fantasy books,
That's true.
and stuff like that. So I've been enjoying that. How about
Cool.
you? What's some of the stuff you've been into, man?
So there was a mobile game that I liked. As far as games, we'll get into movies a little bit later, but as far as games go, I have played a new game recently. And it's not a new game. It's new to like Xbox. But it's been a mobile game for probably 6-7 years now at least.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh God, no. No. Ironically, I haven't had a Raid Shadow Legends
Yeah, it's been a
ad
while.
in a while, but then again, one just kind of pops
Well,
up.
no,
every
the
now
thing
and then.
is, all those ads are gone because it's all ads for our local political smear campaign.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, whoever's elected, Raid Shadow Legends will come back after.
Oh my
whoever's
gosh,
elected.
we're gonna get an endorsement that's like I'm Tom Tillis, and I approve this message. Come join my clan in Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Where we discuss our COVID safety guidelines. This is gonna happen. This is definitely
Tom
a
Tillis would do that, and you get it. The thing is, you get it over text in a very low res like fourth
the video. And then because he already called, you already get calls. I get calls every once in a while.
Oh, I just get texts.
Yeah, it's not very common. It stopped happening. Where the call isn't just a campaign. The call is, "Hi, we're sorry we missed you. We're about to have a COVID safety guidelines talk that you can join in at www.nc.gov whatever." And that's it. It's just, hey, join our live stream on COVID stuff. It's already done because you got this voicemail like 3 hours too late, but it's happening.
Yeah, that's a thing. I think next time I get a text from Tom Tillis or like somebody else like political like that, because you don't know if I don't know if that's automated or that's a person.
It depends. It depends on the text. There's actually like if it's
like so there's like, for instance, if they're automated, generally you will see 3 numbers dash 2 numbers.
You'll also tend to see like a text stop to whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. But sometimes it's just regular numbers.
Sometimes.
So you can respond to them theoretically.
Yes. In fact, I did respond to one because I could tell it wasn't automated. There was one of those like, "Hey, are you registered to vote?" But it was a party that was like vote. I think it was Democrat or whatever. I was like, "Go do that." So I respond, or they thought I was I'm independent registered, and they thought like for some reason they thought I was registered Democrat. So they're like telling me to do whatever registration stuff, and I was like, "Hey, just so you know, I'm not actually registered to your party. I'm an independent. Thank you. Have a lovely day." Like, and the person like responded back. We had like a little mini conversation. It was nice.
That's nice. That's nice. I was just gonna like copy a part of some kind of text from Phantom Menace.
Oh yeah,
and send that back to them.
I do actually think I mentioned voting third party just to mess with them. But because they clearly were not third party voters.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think you could do a lot there. Obviously, be respectful.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing insulting about sending someone dialogue from the Phantom Menace.
No, actually, just do the Darth Plagueis monologue. I think is the best call.
Well, the Darth Plagueis monologue is good, but if it was like a conversation, like all the political nonsense in Phantom Menace, where they're just like talking about the Trade Federation and a blockade and everything.
Oh, what you to do is you
just a random part of the script.
What you do is you tell them, like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not interested." And then they say, "Have a nice day." And you just text back, "Well, then you were right about one thing. The negotiations were short."
Yeah, just use several lines. Now this is pod racing.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, ask them about the process and hit them with it. "No, this is pod racing."
And... was I talking about a game? I was talking about a game. Anyway, I don't even remember how we got there. Anyway.
It's fine. There's a mobile game.
There is a mobile game that I played for a long time. It used to be free before. This was actually, so there were, several years ago, apps in the App Store, the Apple App Store. Used to be, a lot of them used to be free.
There used to be a lot of the days. Dude.
Yeah, a lot of them used to be free. Now there's not a lot of apps that you can find that are free. You can find some free apps, but most of them are, you have to pay for.
Most of them are covers for paid apps.
That's true. And if they're free, they do have mainly in-app purchases. If you're barking, that is my dog.
Or me.
He sometimes barks. So.
Rough,
bark, bork, sniff. Anyway, the game that I played for so long on mobile was a game called Alto's Adventure. And my dog is trying to get into my door.
I don't know if the audio picked that up, but we just heard a little.
Yeah, like a good little ding like that. It's called Alto's Adventure, and you are it's basically I guess they call it side scroller.
Yeah.
But you're a little snowboarder,
Nice.
and basically to play the game, you tap, and that jumps.
Yes.
You tap and hold, and that does a backflip.
Yes.
They came out with another game called Alto's Odyssey, and so Alto's Adventure takes place in like the snowy, like some snowy Alps.
It's good
kind of
since
thing.
he has a snowboard.
Yes. Alto's Odyssey takes place in the desert, so you have a sandboard, and you can do a lot more stuff in that.
Is there a notable difference between sandboards and snowboards?
Yes, because you can wall ride in Alto's Odyssey with the sandboard. You can
Oh.
do a lot of
Sandboards can wall ride.
yes.
I have to get a sandboard now.
So, anyway, it's a really good like game to pass time. It's very beautifully made. I actually have it on the Xbox. I'll probably show you after we're done with this podcast. But that's the point. So I bought it on the Xbox, and the only button you use is A.
It's just a good old classic mobile style.
Yep, and it's the exact same thing, but you just use A.
What if I hit B?
So nothing.
Oh, that's
you have
disappointing.
you have your directional analog stick and everything, but when you're actually playing the game, you can literally just sit here with the controller and go, A.
You know, there's another game
Hey.
that I actually love that is not a mobile game. It's I don't think it is. It didn't start as one. There's this game called One Finger Death Punch. There's a sequel too. It's really good, and its entire concept is you only have 2 buttons, typically the mouse left and right.
Please tell me that the sequel to One Finger Death Punch is Two Finger Death Punch.
You would think, wouldn't you?
That would be really nice.
It's One Finger Death Punch 2. They were not very original.
Wow, great, nice.
But it's like stick figure fighting, but it's
Okay.
like really well done kung fu animations. And these guys come at you from either side, and it's just a matter of clicking when they get near you, but they have like different health and like it's got this rockin' soundtrack and you get special abilities.
Mhm.
Simple games are where it's at sometimes. Sometimes you just need that thing that just lets you relax for a little bit,
Yeah,
get a
and
little something out, it's good.
yeah, and that's what Alto kind of is for me because, it's very relaxing, very good score. Again, it's a very beautifully made game. Alto, you can look it up, Alto's Adventure, ALTO, like the
I'm
pitch of a singing voice.
I was going to say I'm still disappointed this is not a singing game.
Yeah.
Like
Alto is the name of the little shepherd boy you play, even though you can unlock more characters. So, and you also unlock abilities and stuff like that. And as I said, Odyssey kind of took it a step further in that you can do a lot more in Alto's Odyssey than you can in Alto's Adventure. So, very beautifully made, great score. It's an award-winning mobile game. I mean, like, because there are awards for mobile games. It is
the timeline we live in.
This is, and we don't have a choice. But it really well done, award-winning mobile game that everybody really liked. They put it on Xbox for some reason, and I decided that you get the collection for it was like $10. So it was both games for $10, which now both games on the App Store now, if you want to get them, are $4.99 a piece. So basically, the price translates over. So I have actually been playing that quite a bit. It's just kind of a relaxing game because you can literally just sit here, just kind of chill, and you just have one hand on your controller, and
Yeah.
just kind of A, just
Let
A,
you
and
kind of
just,
just chill out
yeah,
for a bit.
and it's pretty fun. There's really not much to it. There's goals. So for instance, there's hot air balloons. You can bounce off of them.
I love any game with a hot air balloon.
Yep,
So
exactly.
I'm
you
sold.
love it. You're sold. And there's you can like grind on rails and stuff like that. So there's some goals that you go through. There's 3 goals every level, and then when you get to certain levels, every 10 levels, you unlock a new character. So, one of the goals might be, and there's hundreds. One of the goals might be grind for 500 meters in one run, which
Mhm.
is obviously, some goals are cumulative. So grind for a total of 1,000 meters.
Yeah.
So you can die,
And it doesn't matter because it's
and it doesn't
cumulative.
matter. But you can be at like 250 out of 1,000. Okay, you're 25% of the way through.
Yeah.
grind for 500 meters in one run, obviously you have to stay alive and grind for a total of 500 meters in one run.
Or
And
as
then-
as Eliza Hamilton would have put it, "Stay alive." Sorry,
I
didn't
knew
just make it
Hamilton was going to come up at least once.
Stay alive. Yeah, that's
She obviously didn't sing hard enough since like everybody in her life except for her older sister died.
everybody died.
Anyway, everybody kind of died. She didn't sing hard enough. Boo you, Eliza. I'm just kidding. I love you. So that's okay. That's I'm good.
Yeah. She went to work.
Then she put her husband's body in the dirt. Okay, anyway. Because he died.
Because he died. I was gonna say spoiler, but the first track says
Hamilton's been out
I'm
for
the
10
fool that
years,
shot him.
so
I kind of hope if like the first song didn't clue you in that Hamilton dies, like.
that's true. Yeah.
Also, you should know your history, anyways. Hamilton dies. That's a historical fact.
He's killed. He's killed by Leslie Odom Jr.
Yeah. He should probably be in jail for that.
Yeah, you probably should. He's still alive though. He looks great for
He's
his
still
age. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Comes back around full circle. But yeah, that's the mobile game.
Comes around.
That's the game I've been playing lately. It's fun. You should check it out. It's called Alto's Adventure and Alto's Odyssey. It is called the Alto Collection on the Xbox Marketplace.
Would you say it's the greatest mobile game in the world? The greatest mobile game in the world.
Yes. It is one of my favorite mobile games of all time. It was really, really fun. A little more interactive, obviously, on the phone because you have to.
Yeah.
You're tapping and stuff.
You
and
had to
it's-
tap. Alto.
You're really trying.
I'm
You're
really trying. I'm just in it now, y'all.
But you know, it takes a little bit to. It kind of is a little bit slower on Xbox, but it's still really fun. As far as movies or TV that I have indulged in, I finally got around to watching The Usual Suspects, which is a great movie.
Okay.
TV, I randomly started. I ran out of things to watch because I've kind of finished everything that I was watching before.
Mm-hmm.
So I started watching Burn Notice, which is kind of good.
I've never seen it myself, but I know a lot of people like it.
It's pretty fun. You know, I mean, it's like Baywatch and Suits. They're just solving crimes around Miami, which, I mean, again, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that
but,
works.
You know, it's a pretty cool show, but I understand after watching Usual Suspects. I understand why Kevin Spacey got as big as he remains.
Spacey.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Very interesting gentleman, but as far as his acting prowess,
yes, his career, yes, for sure.
Definitely kind of I think Usual Suspects opened up to more because this was 95.
Oh wow.
So it was pretty early on in his career, I think.
It's crazy to imagine like how long things have been around that, you know, we're only you know, we're getting on to our mid-20s coming up right around the corner, but like just little things that you think about that feels like it just came out a year ago. Like, you know, we were playing Gang Beasts and that we just realized that was released 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously these movies that came out just, you know, that came out, what, 94 you said? Like, just a couple years before I was born. But that's, you know, over a quarter of a century gone now. Like, it's...
Yeah, and
time flies.
Yeah, and you think about, like, one movie that I still think has aged very well, better than most of them in the same movie saga, is Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith,
that movie aged phenomenally.
It doesn't feel old when you watch it. It doesn't feel old. It doesn't really, for the most part.
Yeah, there's like very little moments that you're like, okay, the graphics came in a little bit better. The only scene is when R2-D2 is spraying the oil on the super battle droids.
Yeah.
The oil, you can tell the oil is not quite up to par, but like honestly, most of the graphics are pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, Star Wars has never really had trouble for graphics, but like it does not look like a movie that came out in 2005 when you go back and view it. So but it is. I mean, it's a 15-year-old movie.
15 years.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be weird. Like this game that so many people are playing now, Among Us,
Oh, man, I need to play it so
which is
bad.
hilarious. It's been
I've
out
played
for
that.
2 years.
Yeah, it's been out for 2 years. It had like 0 player base, and it just kind of blew up.
Somebody who's popular started streaming it, or
Yeah,
I don't know how
I'm
it
definitely.
started.
But like, it's interesting because I've played that kind of game before.
Yeah,
And so I understand why it got popular. It's a great party game. It's all that, but it's just funny to me that it is the one that kind of popped up out of the blue.
yeah, especially after Fall Guys,
Yeah.
because Fall Guys came first, and
Fall
that's
Guys came
brand
out.
new. That's like a child compared to
It is an actual baby.
it is.
It has now reached the point to where its actual characters are, where they kind of walk and awkwardly jump and fall. Like,
yeah, that's kind of. But like Among Us has come out, and so now it's like,
So now there are Fall Guys Among Us.
and there's now a game of 2 awkwardly shaped bean characters
I
doing
love it.
really different things.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
but they both end up trying to murder each other, so it's not
And they
that
do.
different.
And somewhere in this mix is still Warzone. People still play Warzone, but it's like,
It's a lot
You
less
see-
bean-shaped people.
yes,
so-
it's a lot less bean shaped people. Still lots of murder.
Yeah.
But it's weird to think like how outdated stuff gets so fast. That's where we're kind of at with our podcast too. Not to sound bad, but we did that console wars podcast about the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, not to be
Yes.
confused with the Xbox One X,
The
whose-
Xbox Series S, not being used as Xbox One.
whose market
S.
value went up 700% because everybody was confused and pre-ordered Xbox One X's instead of Xbox Series X's. Can you blame them?
This
I wonder
is
how that
this
happened.
is Microsoft's true game plan. It's just confuse everybody about what consoles what, and they just buy them all anyways.
Yep.
It's a smart move.
If it has
honestly.
an X on it, just purchase it.
Yeah, it's fine.
You're totally not going to get, and look, they really technically have not changed shape that much since the first conception
Yeah,
of the Xbox.
it's pretty good.
Now, the original Xbox is like the size of my TV,
Which is decently sized,
but
by
it's
the
still
way.
it's still a black box with an X on it.
It is. They kind of got like the 360. They kind of got like they made the box actually X shaped, which is a cool move in my opinion. Like the actual box has the X. I liked that. Now they're back to making it a box again.
It's minimalist.
It is minimalist.
It's very
It is
minimalist.
an actual just tower of a beast.
Yeah, but we also my another really good metal band you should listen to, Tower of a Beast.
Tower of a beast.
Anyway.
That does sound like a
It
metal.
does, yeah. But we did that podcast, and not even like maybe 3 or 4 days later, more news came out about consoles. And that podcast is literally outdated, old news that is not really relevant
Yeah,
anymore.
and we got it out pretty quick too. So
we
like,
did. So
it's one of those where that just feels awkward to keep trying to do like news, but when we know sometimes we have busy schedules, so
Yeah.
we're not able to do this as much as we'd like.
yeah, and one thing that we will still do. So The Mandalorian season 2
Yeah.
premieres October 30th. So one thing that we'll definitely do is we'll still watch that season and do a
Yeah.
review of the entire season.
Oh yeah.
Like we kind of did with the original
Mhm.
Mandalorian season 1. So that instance won't change, but we'll probably just do more random stuff like this.
Keep it chill, keep it fun, and
yeah.
maybe like find a topic that's not so time sensitive. Like,
Yeah.
we talked about watching older movies or talking about people that have been in the business. And just
Mhm.
gonna stuff that's interesting to us.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's all we want to talk about. If we're not interested in it, guess what? We don't want to bring it here because it's not interesting. Obviously, go away, boring thing. Like
Exactly.
no.
Yeah, I mean, like one of the most fun podcasts that we've ever done is when we just talked about milk and other drinks.
Yeah.
That was a random decision because we were at your house and I was like, "Do you have milk? Because I want milk."
And me, being the avid milkaholic I am,
The man had some milk.
We had some milk for
And we drank milk and talked about
beverages.
beverages in general. And
It was beautiful.
It was great. I like random stuff like that, and we'll probably still do some gameplays every now and then.
Yeah, every once in
Yeah.
a while, it's fun to mix it up.
Yeah, definitely.
We're just gonna keep the things flowing.
Yeah, I think there's a lot that we can definitely do with the tools, if you will, that we have. But
yes.
yeah, no, that's
We're always just looking to have fun together,
to
do stuff.
expand.
I mean,
Yeah.
even beyond the podcast stuff that we talked about, how we're doing again, or beyond productions. You talked about how you're playing bass more again. I'm trying to play piano more again. Like,
Yeah, I have
I'm
to
trying to stay artistic.
I'm having to like redevelop my calluses. They're like completely gone. Bad.
Oh, but
I'm picking out. We bought these pod decks that we were gonna use, and then we never used them.
Amazing. What's our finale topic here?
Let's see.
Oh, this is actually intense. This is the waiting music.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's make some predictions about some future films. But what future film are we gonna make predictions for?
Ooh.
Or
TV
show too.
Just make a prediction about it in general. Just
yes.
I predict that there's going to be a petition to make the Robert Pattinson Batman be in the same universe as the
Michael Keaton?
Joaquin Phoenix Joker, and I predict it's not going to happen. I don't think they're going to be connected, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
predicted
I don't
right
think they
there.
need to
People
necessarily
want
be
it, and it
connected.
doesn't. It's not going to happen. It's not going to make sense.
Yeah,
Called right now.
It really doesn't need to happen. Look, let's just keep it separate. When you try to
keep it separate, stupid. That's
when
what
you
that
try
stands
to
for, right?
really, for sure, yeah. Any phrase that ends in two S's and starts with a K and an I, you can generally make it work.
Yeah.
Kilimanjaro is so sexy. Kiss.
Yes.
If you're in the mountains,
If you're in the mountains. We found the right one for you.
Yeah, for sure. Everest doesn't start with a K. Anyway, that's an interesting prediction. I actually didn't know about that. I don't think it should happen because when you start to mix two really good things that did not...
that's what I was saying is when the movie comes out, I think there will be a petition. Because people already kind of floated it. But I think people are going to see the movie and be like, "Oh, we want these two together."
See, if it doesn't start with, if the story arc does not start with them together, do not try and put them together.
Yeah.
Let them be separate. It's fine. That's a good one. I think that, and I have a feeling that this might be the last season of The Mandalorian coming this fall. There will only be 2 seasons of the show.
I don't think this is a show that you can.
It's not.
Well, it's Disney, so I don't want to test them, but I don't think you can. You can, as good as the show was, I don't feel like it's one that lasts for several seasons. I think you're right.
No, it's not going to be a sitcom like that runs for like 10 years. Because there's a lot of there's a lot more Star Wars coming into play here, and that's one thing that worries me. So we talked so much about how The Mandalorian kind of set itself apart. We knew it was in the Star Wars universe, but there wasn't like, hey, you better watch out. There's a Jedi named Luke Skywalker coming for you,
Right.
So, but they kept it separate to where, Jedi are a thing. The Force is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tatooine is still a planet.
It always be.
It always will be. It'll always show up somewhere. But they didn't make it so, as I did there, they didn't put emphasis on it every time something like that came up. So, but they are including Ahsoka Tano in this in this one, and they're getting more Jedi-ish, it seems, in this. And
I'm curious how
I'm curious. It worries me just a little bit because again, I don't.
I'm
think
not too worried solely because I was a little worried in the first season.
That makes
So
sense.
I'm willing to give them. I'm willing to give them the opportunity to not
Yeah,
be.
it'll be interesting to see, but I just don't see the Mandalorian running beyond like 3 seasons. So because the goal is to get the child to a safer place with the Jedi, and that's kind of the goal that the Mandalorian has. Even though the Mandalorian is kind of just like where he goes, I go.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not leaving him. So
I feel like the question is like if the resolution will have to be strong enough that like if they continue it, they'll have to make the resolution strong enough that it won't feel awkward for the thing to be him continuing. But for it to be that strong, it feels like it needs to have a dynamic effect on that relationship. So I agree.
And if they're going to end it, they really need to conclude it in the same manner, a way that doesn't feel like it's cut short, but also in a way that doesn't feel like anything is left hanging.
Yeah.
Which is really hard to do in a show with 2 seasons. But so much happened in the first season. There's a lot that they can do. And but I don't see the show. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. The Mandalorian is really a first.
It is.
A first of its kind.
How do you follow it up?
And yeah, that's where we're at.
Something else I was thinking about.
That's my bold prediction.
Bit of just one final little thing to throw out there.
Go for it.
My other prediction is that the Lion King prequel will not live up to whatever people want from it.
A Lion King prequel?
There was news about a Lion King, like one of those like quote unquote live action. Disney is putting in the pipe a Lion King prequel, and it is the most Disney thing I've heard of.
They've already made it. It's called Lion King 1.5, and it's so much better than any other Lion King movie. Don't at me.
Except for Lion King itself, please say that. I need you to say that. I need you to say that. I need you to not say that the potty humor movie is better than the actual Lion King.
Except the Lion King.
Thank you. Oh man, but no, that's my final. Yeah, no.
Lion King. I never saw Lion King because I knew what it was. Yeah. Because it's Lion King,
and people were overall
with CGI lions.
Yeah, people were disappointed because it was like trying to look so realistic. You didn't really get any of the emotion or anything because they were lions talking to each other. Like,
no,
Aslan looked better than like you know. But yeah, so that was my final little throwaway.
No, that. I really just hope that doesn't happen. And you know, I also think that Avatar 2 is not going to succeed and do half as well as the first Avatar did. But, you know.
That will be... I am so curious. That's like... Avatar 2 is like Elder Scrolls 6 or Half-Life 3 or something. It's like... It'll come one day. Game of Thrones I'm talking about. That's fine.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, cool. You gave me a look for a second.
Because Skyrim was really the last major Elder Scrolls game that came out.
It was the last Elder Scrolls game that came out, and nothing's came out since. And they gave us a JPEG a couple years ago that said, hey... We're making the new one, and nothing's happened since.
Yeah. This has literally, I think, Avatar 2 has been in the works since, like, 2012. Yeah. So...
Yeah, if not before then. Like, it's crazy.
So, you know, we don't really know what's going on. Apparently, James Cameron went to the bottom of the ocean and shot some stuff.
With the camera.
Nobody cares at this point. James, I look, you are one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. I think that's easy enough to say, considering like 2 of your movies are in the top 3 most grossing ever.
It's impressive.
That's very impressive. But I just...
Yeah, we'll see.
We got to see something.
I
think it's slated for 2022 right now.
I'm into it.
Which it was slated for 2021. Which it was slated for 2020. It just gets pushed back. Every year it gets pushed back another year.
I look forward to watching it with my kids. By the way, I'm single.
You might watch it with I look forward to watching it with my great-grandchildren.
Yeah, right.
When it comes out in like 2087.
Yep. That's what's happening.
Yep.
Nice. Well, that was a fun finale there.
This was a little fun finale. The episode deck contains 50 unique episode starting prompts to help you stay inspired and consistently releasing great podcast content.
We have released
I just wanted to read that because you ever just like...
You just see something, you go, what do you have to say about this box?
And you read what that box has to say.
And you know, we have released great podcast content to you, the viewer. Thank you.
That is who you. Oh, for viewers like you, PBS. Thank you.
Please leave a comment and
leave
like,
a like
the subscribe
and subscribe to
hit the comment
channel
and bell
and
the.
so you go on and you can follow us
Annotations
on Instagram
are in the link below.
@JaysJ_productions.
Welcome to the Jay.
That was good. We should close out an episode like that every single time. Yeah.
Every time. It's great.
Yeah, so we talk at the same time, though. I think that's a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah, people
so
love it
with
when
that
you
being
can't
said,
understand each other.
With that being said,
we love you.
You can do is go and follow us.
You gotta follow us on
and you can also
Instas
subscribe.
and
Instance, we don't have a Facebook. We don't have a LinkedIn.
No,
we don't have.
We don't have a Twitter. We should get a Twitter.
We don't.
Everybody has a Twitter.
Everybody does have a Twitter. But
I have a
what
Twitter.
we need to do is move to Pinterest.
Pinterest. Oh, that's the up and comer right there. That's.
I want to see myself on your board.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever said in my entire life.
Okay.
You know, people have Pinterest boards and they're a pin, and then
we should get a Reddit.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Get a subreddit.
Yeah. Everything has a subreddit.
Everything is a subreddit.
Reddit is actually.
Reddit's the new Wikipedia.
I'm waiting for Reddit to buy Google.
Oh my gosh, what a power move. But no, this is wonderful.
Yes, it was.
It was great to see you, people out there.
Absolutely.
The ones that have actually, the few blessed people that somehow managed to watch all of this madness.
Yeah.
We love you deeply.
Absolutely.
And affectionately.
And as we said, we want to do an old film series. So, if you have an old film, basically what we're going to talk about is it's old films you should watch. That's what it's going to be called. And we have a list of about 10 films between the years 1930 and 1970 that we are going to, review and talk about, and why it's important to not only motion picture history, but to the genre that it falls in. If you have a movie that you want us to look at, that you want us to review, if it's not already on that list, which we're not going to release that list because we kind of want to be a surprise, but if you want us to review an older movie, leave a comment either on Instagram at @J=J_Productions. You can also
do it right here. There's a comment section.
There's a comment section that is turned on.
Below. Can you see it? Do you see? Write a comment. Do you see? Hey, did you know YouTube updated their community guidelines? Are they still telling you that? I don't know why. It's been 6 months. YouTube, come on, man.
They have. I occasionally get it, and sometimes I think YouTube is just like, oh. And then they hit that key, and that was supposed to be a fake yawn that turned into a real yawn.
Yeah, so, I was impressed.
Yeah, I was. You
can
never tell what my yawns are going to do. But yeah, if you got an old movie, let us know, and we will do our best to take a look at it. Again, preferably between the years 1930 and 1970, because that is really Hollywood's golden era.
You think of it as the chalk and white era, but
that's true. Well, some
black,
all of them are black and white. Not all of them are black and white.
I was trying to say chalk and ash, it failed.
You did say chalk and white, didn't you?
White and white. That doesn't work very well.
Okay, that's too white.
Just a lot of white.
Anyway.
No contrast at all. We need a little, comparison there.
Well, that's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I think we're burning ourselves out here.
So we are. Yeah, for sure. Let us know what you want us to watch and review, again, between the years 1930 and 1970. And we will see you next time. We're not really sure when that will be. I'm not going to say it'll be in 2 weeks because it probably
we both
won't.
have very big things happening.
We do have very
weeks, so
big
it
things.
Happens.
So, but we will get together and do another podcast or another gameplay. And you know what? We're just gonna take it from there. So, thank you. Follow us on Instagram and leave a like. And just there's one more thing we should do. What is?
It's been a while. That should stay beautiful.
I was going to say subscribe, but
do they really need to?
I mean, yeah, they do, right?
You should stay beautiful too.
Well, most importantly. But like, stay beautiful is here. That's right there where I moved a smidge. A
skoshi bit.
A centimeter of airspace.
Yeah.
That's where subscribe is, because that's important too.
Yeah.
But Joseph cares more about your well-being than I do.
I believe that.
Wow. Dark, right? Yeah.
Bye, all.
Bye.
Leaves.
Leaves. Yeah, they are turning brown. I was like, what on earth? His face was so confused. I'm leaving this in because we're still recording.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing.
Bye.
Amazing.